welcome to Amanda Harwood Holistic. Thanks for joining me again. I hope you had a good holiday break and that the kids are not driving you too crazy being on holidays if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. We usually have our breaks, our long school breaks right now. But anyway, I'm here today to bring you the reading for 2024. If you're here to find out about the war in Gaza or the war between the Ukraine and Russia and what's going to happen politically next year around the world, this is not that type of reading. There are lots and lots of psychics and clairvoyants and mediums who do that exceptionally well. So I urge you to go and search for that in YouTube or wherever you look for that type of stuff. These readings will be more about what we can control within our circle of influence. What will be best for us to create the best year that we can have within the parameters of what is actually happening outside of our circle of influence and therefore out of our control. So it might be a little bit airy-fairy for some, but we are moving into a more spiritual existence, so you need to get with the program. And that's what my reading about today is. This is the reading for the whole of 2024. It's the overall energy that's coming in, and then month by month I'll do a bit of a breakdown and give you an overall reading, more detail about that month, and then how you can meet the challenges and accept the help from the universe. Okay, now I've done the readings already. This year I'm trying to make my videos as short as possible because let's face it, we don't have time to look at videos all day long. So I've done the reading beforehand. I've made heaps and heaps of notes on it so that I don't forget anything that came through. And so I'm just going to speak to you now. Hopefully this will be nice and quick. Okay. So please forgive me if I look down at my notes. I have put them in big print so that I can see them easily. I don't need to keep taking my glasses on and off. But I want to get through this as quickly as possible because I also have another video for January that I need to record today so that I can get it up as of the 1st. So sit back with your cup of tea or your glass of wine, depending on what time of the day it is. And I hope that this will give you some insight into what to expect for 2024. Okay, so let's get into it. Some of you may be breathing a sigh of relief as 2023 slips out the back door and we welcome in 2024, which by all accounts should be a more lighter and more positive year than the one that we're finishing up now. I know my family and I are counting on 2024 being an easier year to traverse, so that we can catch our breath and take stock of what has actually happened for our family this year. 2024 is an 8 year in numerology. 8s are all about new cycles of growth and prosperity. It will be a year where we see rapid change as more people step towards the tipping point and we see a change in people's outlook on life and spirituality. For many of us, and I hope that I'm certainly one of them, there will be a significant upswing in their financial affairs. Yes, please. We will also see a heightened spiritual independence, where people realize that they actually have the ability to live their lives the way they want to, rather than reacting to what is happening around them and just existing. Because let's face it, a lot of us are just existing at the moment. Especially financially in regards to rental crises and mortgage rate rises and the cost of living crises. So we're all hoping to see a little bit more prosperity in the coming year. I did about 3 readings for this year, and I asked the first reading to give me what is happening spiritually for us in 2024, and I received the following information. So the overall energy for 2024 calls for us to ensure that we are being authentic to our true selves. There is no point in trying to be someone that we're not. The energy of 2023 will still have some influence at the beginning of 2024, and for some of us, we could be experiencing still some chaos and turmoil. In fact, in this great time of change, and I'm not just speaking about this year, I'm speaking about maybe possibly this decade, even longer, You can be assured that at some point in this year and the next, and possibly the next, you will experience what feels like chaos and turmoil. The trick is to remain calm and centered, just like you're sitting in the eye of a storm. Don't try and push your own agenda when things are like this. Things will be revealed to you as you need to know them. The upheaval will be great for clearing the air and revealing the possibilities available to you. Remember, don't push your own agenda. Going outside of divine timing will totally screw you up. It's essential that you just go with the flow here right now. Okay, so I'm just going to go into a bit more detail about the overall energy for the year and talk about how we stay in the moment and we stay calm and centered, because that's going to be really important for us this year. First and foremost, negativity will not be your friend. Not this year, not ever really, but especially this year. Focus on accepting yourself for who you are and where you are at this moment. Don't compare yourself to others. You need to stay away from gossip, drama, and people who judge. So maybe not be on social media so much. Focus on love, peace, and beauty, especially the beauty that is always around you that we just don't always take notice of. Remember that the chaos will eventually pass. This year will also be good for those of us who remain curious. Be open to divine inspiration and guidance this year. This inspiration will usually come to you in really unexpected times, like when you're in the shower or on the loo, which is a few times I've had that happen to me. Stay open and be receptive, and be willing to follow up on those flashes of inspiration you receive, because they are your clues, they are your stepping stones into what direction you should be heading. So as we move through 2024, we're obviously going to have challenges that we have to face. The biggest challenge for 2024 is trusting who you are, especially if society and social media and your peers are telling you that you should be someone else. The challenge will be bringing your life into alignment with who you have become or who you are becoming, even if this upsets those close to you. Be a role model for others. Know that they are acting from a place of fear. They might be worried about losing you. They might be worried about the pressure put on them to do the same thing. But, we're all on our own journey. We will all get to the same place eventually. Our timings may be different. So be willing to be a role model, and maybe they will follow suit. Another challenge this year could be making sure that you don't set limits for yourself. You need to dream big. What would you do with your life if there were no limits? And I'm letting you in on a little secret here. All those shoulds and have-tos, they're all set by ourselves. They're not always set by society. Or the ones that are set by society are actually set by ourselves, or our generational, DNA that's coming back up saying that this is what you have to do. So let the universe worry about how your dreams are going to manifest. Don't worry about that. Just dream big and see it as if it's happening right now in the present time. It's going to be a challenge though, because especially if poop is hitting the fan, it's very hard to think positively, and it's very hard to dream big when you're dealing with putting out little spot fires everywhere. And lastly, for the reading on spirituality, I asked the universe how are they willing to help us get through these challenges and to be more authentic in ourselves and in our lives. And they've basically said to me that they're not going to leave us floundering, even if it feels like it sometimes. And they're offering help to help you shed the past and release what no longer serves your highest good. They also want to help us embrace the new life and experiences that are waiting for us. Trust the process. And the best way to trust the process is to ask the universe for help. one of the best ways to get help is to ask the universe to help you to connect to your higher power, whatever that may be for you. Everything comes to you through this power. So you're being sort of asked to renew to this connection, because a lot of us have been quite sullied by what's happened in the world over the last few years, and we don't really have that connection to our higher power. So I call my higher power source, or the universe. You may call it God. So whatever works for you, you need to get back into connection with that. By doing this, that will expand your life exponentially. Okay, secondly, I did a reading for a more general theme, but lo and behold, I received very similar information to what I've just discussed. So I feel like 2024 is going to be a very spiritually driven and focused year. The more we work on our spiritual practice, the closer we get to the tipping point. So overall, they stress the power word for this year is authenticity. Be authentic to yourself and be authentic in all your dealings with others. Follow the universal laws. And if you don't know what those universal laws are, look them up. It's not the best time to rebel for the sake of it. The universe will take care of anything that is out of alignment. You'll need to do something different than what you would have normally done. Surrender to who you really are. Do it with grace and humility. Go within to find peace and harmony, especially if your outer world is really chaotic. The more generalized challenges that we're going to have are that things may happen that are out of your control, and you'll just need to surrender to this fact. You'll need to learn this lesson that comes from this situation, but there's not much you can do about it because it's out of your circle of influence. Sometimes it's not up to us to know why we have to go through these situations. We just need to learn the lesson so that we can move forward. It's also a really good time to let go of the old and make way for the new, even if you think that you still need that old thing. It's time to let it go. You know in your heart of hearts when it's time to let go of something. So the universe has asked us not to use band-aid solutions like drugs, alcohol, food, online shopping, etc. when we're dealing with difficult situations. Surrender the problem to the universe. There's that word again. Surrender, let go, surrender, trust the process. This is going to be a big theme, I think, that's going to reoccur throughout this year. Don't overburden yourself by trying to do everything on your own. The universe is waiting to provide you with help, and the people around you are most probably waiting to provide you with help, but none of them can help you unless you ask. So you need to ask for help. Practice extreme self-care. When I asked them what extreme self-care was, they said things like saying no to that party when you really, really just want to stay in bed with your doona up and your book, your favorite book, and a cup of tea. You can say no to things without offending people. So that was a really big thing. They said we need to really put ourselves first so that we can continue to give to others. Lastly, because this year is a year filled with opportunities for increased abundance, I asked what guidance did they have for us in 2024 about creating more abundance in our lives. So, firstly, they asked that we ask for our needs to be met. We can't be helped by the universe or angels, etc., if we don't ask. Ask in whatever way feels comfortable for you. 2, take action on any divine guidance you receive, which could lead to a raise or a promotion or a new business idea. So follow up on those sparks of divine inspiration that I was talking about previously. 3, release any resentment about money. What you think about, you bring about. So if you keep thinking about how much money you don't have, you're going to create situations where you continue to not have enough money. So release any blocks or old beliefs about money that have negative connotations. If you think money is the root of all evil, change your perspective and see how money can be used to help to make the world a better place. There are plenty of examples. 4, with this year being all about authenticity, you may be called to start working on your dream career. You're being advised, though, to keep your day job until your dream career can fully support you. And that may take more than 12 months to get that up and running. And lastly, don't think of abundance as something that is happening in the future. See it as happening right now. Think, feel, speak, see abundance all around you in this present moment. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to bring more abundance into your life and to change your abundance mindset. All pretty common sense things, really, when you think about it. Okay, so that's it for my 2024 reading. Pretty positive year coming up anyway, hopefully. Some challenges there, but I think they're doable. Nothing insurmountable. I hope that you have a great New Year's Eve, if that's what you're celebrating. Please be safe. Don't be stupid. We already have enough stupid people in this world, so just take it easy, be safe, have a laugh, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow where I drop the reading for January 2024. Until then, see you later.